The High Court has ruled that all the cases filed before 2012 under Vested Property Act are null and void. A large bench of High Court bench comprising Justice Naima Haidar gave the verdict in a writ challenging 3 sections of the Vested Property Act. In the judgment, the court dismissed the writ challenging the validity of Section 9, 13 and 14 of the Vested Property Act. As a result, only the case will proceed in the extradition tribunal. No civil case will be proceeded. However, the district administrators can lease the assigned property as before, the High Court said. About 750 megawatt of electricity imported to Bangladesh from Adani Power in India since last April. But at 2:46 p.m. yesterday, a fault occurred in the transmission line, causing the power supply to the national grid to stop. However, on the same day, the Power Grid Company of Bangladesh, PGCB, said the power supply started again at 3:43 p.m. According to the agency, the transmission line was damaged in Rangpur of Chapainawabganj due to the storm. This resulted in maximum load shedding of 3,419 megawatts at 4 p.m. yesterday. Today, the load shedding will be below 2,000 megawatts, said the power department. Adani's power plant has 2 units of 800 megawatts each. Power started coming from the first unit last March. They provide an average of 740 megawatts of electricity per day. BMP has organized a sit-in program for 1 hour in front of the electricity office across the country to protest the disaster and unbearable load shedding in the power sector. According to the announcement of BMP leaders and activists gathered in front of the electricity office in the district at 11 a.m. They blamed the current government for the disaster in the country's electricity situation. The leaders also called for the resignation of those in power. BMP leaders also gave a memorandum to the chief engineer at 12 o'clock after an hour's stay. Ward number 26 of Borishal City, 22 years ago, it was joined to the city corporation from the union. Residents complained they did not get any civic benefits despite paying taxes. Local public representative also said their responsibility is only on paper. Awami League mayoral candidate said if elected, the areas will be given extra attention. Chorbari area of Ward number 26 of Borishal City Corporation, although it is a city on paper, there are many questions about the civic benefits. Voters have various grievances. Various problems have to be faced constantly. The elected council also expressed helplessness in failing to promote civic development. General voters expect non-discriminatory civic benefits. Borishal City Corporation has not developed at promise in 5 years. Most of the councillors of 30 wards are again appearing at the voters' doorstep without fulfilling their earlier promises, pushing the responsibility of not being able to develop on the former mayor. They say that the poor conditions of Borishal City is due to lack of coordination. About 10 kilometers long, Shagurdi Canal was built 4 decades ago to take Kritongkhola water to Borishal City. In 2021, the Ministry of Local Government allocated money for the renovation of this old canal, but no work was done. Like Shagurdi, 4 more canals of Borishal City and most of the roads of 30 wards have not been repaired. Former Mayor Sharniabad Sadiq Abdullah could not be reached to talk about these issues. Mayor and councillor candidates are busy for upcoming municipal elections with various promises and development. Besides, they are also accusing each other of violating the code of conduct. 5 people are contesting for the post of mayor, 56 for the post of councillor, and 16 for the post of reserved women councillor. The local side main fight for the post of mayor will be between Awami League's Mahatabur Rahman and the rebel candidate Masudul Haq Rashid. The administration says that 4 executive magistrates are employed in 12 wards to make the elections fair. Rain over the southern portion of Dhaka division along with Chattogram and Borishal has come as a relief to the heat wave battered people. Drizzling rain in Dhaka on Thursday morning seemed to be beyond imagination. Met Office said frequent rain likely to continue in the southern part of Dhaka, along with Chattogram and Borishal divisions during the next 24 hours. However, severe heat wave to continue for 3 more days in some parts of Khulna, along with Rajshahi and Rangpur divisions. On the other hand, maritime ports have been asked to hoist local cautionary signal number 3. Whatsoever, the Met Office further said the heat wave will continue for a couple of days more in some regions, which is to be followed by depression on the day. Production of 150 megawatt combined cycle power plant in Jodhpur has been closed for 5 months. Productions of the 2 units was stopped last December. After 2 months of renovation and maintenance, an attempt was made to start the plant in February this year. But in the end, the plant could not go into production. By the end of this year, after import of modern equipment, if the center is repaired, it will be able to start the production again. The gas-based power plant is supposed to generate 150 megawatt of electricity, but regularly produce 160 to 180 megawatt of electricity. Due to mechanical failure, this plant is now closed. Director General of Power Cell said that steps have been taken to resolve the crisis. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said the people of the country will not bow under any pressure. She also said there is nothing to worry about the US new visa policy even if BNP Jamaat carry out arson attack. Meanwhile, the head of government also said that 500 megawatts electricity will be added to the national grid within 2 days and the electricity crisis will be resolved within 10 to 15 days. The Premier said this at a program organized by Awami League marking the historic 6-point day. Sheikh Hasina said no one can come to the power by violating the constitution. She also called upon the people to be aware of the BNP Jamaat arson and terrorism. Later, the head of government also said it has been decided to buy an aircraft for the export of crops. The Bangladesh government has taken various regulatory measures on imports for a couple of months. As a result, the import of the industrial raw materials has decreased. Besides, there is energy crisis in the country. Due to these reasons, there has been a great pressure in these 2 sectors of industrial production and services. Weak corporate governance in Bangladesh has increased pressure on the financial sector. The World Bank has highlighted such information in the Global Economic Prospects reports. Financial sector risks remain high in several countries in the Southern Asian region due to the high level of non-performing loans, weak capitalizations, and weak governance in the banking sector, added the World Bank. The amount of defaulted loan is very high in these countries, especially in Bangladesh and in Sri Lanka. The amount of defaulted loan has increased a lot in recent times. BNP has held a meeting with the Ambassador of the European Union Ambassador Charles Wesley and Standing Committee member Amir Khosrow Mahmood Chowdhury and the International Affairs Secretary Shama Obaid participated in the meeting. The meeting lasted for more than an hour at the residence of Ambassador Charles Wesley in Gulshan. Later, Amir Khosrow Mahmood Chowdhury, a member of the BNP Standing Committee, said that the current context of the country, the upcoming national election, were discussed with the EU ambassador.